Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? Welcome to the Veterans Memorial Auditorium. Please take a moment to notice all marked exits. In the event of an emergency, proceed to the exit nearest you. Emergency exits are located at the sides and rear of the theater. Also, we would ask you to silence all phones and electronic devices before the performance begins. Thank you.
Colleagues, please be seated. Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Linda Berardi-Demo, and I'm the Vice President of Enrollment and Student Support for the Gus Medical and Veterinary Schools. It is my honor to serve as your MC for today's events. Welcome graduates, families, loved ones, faculty, and distinguished guests. The graduates of Saba University School of Medicine, Medical University of Americas, St. Matthew's University School of Medicine, and St. Matthew's University School of Veterinary Medicine. Before we get started, I would like to just go through a few housekeeping items. If you could please ensure that your cell phones are turned off or put on silence before the ceremony begins. And in our effort to reduce our carbon footprint, we have limited the number of programs that are printed. You can view and download the commencement program on our website using the QR codes, and there's also QR codes located in signage around the entrances. In addition to the families and loved ones, we have distinguished guests and esteemed colleagues here with us today, and I'd like to take a moment to introduce our platform party to you. Please join me in thanking them for their attendance. First, let me introduce Dr. Cindy McLeod, our Chief Academic Officer of Gus America. We also have with us several of our board members, Dr. Sahana Vyas, Dr. Darren Hale, and Mr. John Crocker. Also with us today is Dr. Maurice Clifton, our Chief Academic Officer, and Dr. Colleen Pietras, the commencement speaker and MUA alumna, class of 2008. We also have with us Dr. Michael Garcia. He's the our Associate Dean and CEO of Southern Louisiana Medical Associates. We also have Esteban Garcia, our Chair of Pediatrics, and Dr. Richard Williams, our Chair of Internal Medicine. From Medical University of the Americas, we're fortunate to have Dr. Brenda Roman, our Associate Dean of Basic Sciences, and Dr. Elizabeth Carey, the Assistant Dean of Clinical Medicine. From Saba University School of Medicine, we have with us Dr. Rachel Robson, who's the Associate Dean of Basic Sciences, Dr. Glenn Jones, the Assistant Dean of Clinical Medicine, and Dr. Heidi Eichenberger, the Assistant Dean of Clinical Medicine. And from our St. Matthew's School of Medicine, we have with us Dr. Admitba Basu, who's our Associate Dean of Basic Sciences. From St. Matthew's School of Veterinary Medicine, we have Dr. Brendan Lee, who's our Executive Dean, Dr. Samantha Shields, the Dean of Veterinary Medicine, and Dr. Charles Dickinson, the Chair of the Department of Clinical Sciences. Thank you to all of our guests. I would also like to acknowledge all of the staff who worked for months to make this day so memorable. Thank you for all their hard work. Let's give them a hand. They put on months of hard work. It is now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Cindy McLeod, our CEO of Gus North America, who will share a few words about our commencement speaker, Dr. Colleen Pietras.
Thank you, Dr. Linda, for that kind introduction. So I had the opportunity to spend time with Dr. Pietras last night, and I can't tell you today how excited I am to introduce her and how fortunate that we are to have her with us today. So it's now my distinct pleasure to introduce our 2026 Gus Medical and Veterinary Schools commencement speaker, Dr. Colleen Pietras. Today's ceremony celebrates not only academic achievement, but also resilience, ambition, and the pursuit of a life of dedication to service. Our speaker's journey reflects each of these qualities in an extraordinary way. A proud graduate of the Medical University of the Americas, Dr. Petrus has built a career defined on clinical excellence, leadership, and a relentless commitment to advancing cardiovascular care. After graduating in 2008, Dr. Petrus began her surgical training at Waterbury Hospital in Connecticut, gaining experience through rotations at renowned institutions including Yale New Haven Hospital, Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. Her early career also included a surgical mission to Liberia, demonstrating from the outset a dedication to service beyond borders. Her path then led her into the highly specialized field of cardiothoracic surgery through residency training at Penn State Milton Hershey Medical Center, followed by a prestigious cardiovascular surgery fellowship at the Mayo Clinic and advanced heart and lung transplantation training with the University of Pennsylvania Health System. Since then, Dr. Petrus has held an impressive leadership roles across medicine, healthcare, innovation, and strategic consulting. She has served as a cardiac surgeon and assistant professor at the Yale School of Medicine, worked with emerging healthcare technology companies, and today she not only serves as a clinical expert and an AI consultant with Meta, but also as a vice president of medical affairs at Hello Heart, helping patients better understand and improve their cardiovascular health through technology and behavioral science. In addition to her clinical and executive work, Dr. Petrus is also a mentor, consultant, an accomplished writer whose works has appeared in leading medical publications, including the Annals of Thoracic Surgery. Throughout her career, she has continued to champion innovation, education, and patient-centered care, while helping shape the future of healthcare delivery. As you, our graduates, prepare to begin the next chapter of your professional journeys, Dr. Petrus' story is a powerful reminder that the path ahead may evolve in unexpected ways, and that true leadership is built around curiosity, courage, and a willingness to embrace opportunity. So please join me in giving a warm welcome to an accomplished surgeon, healthcare leader, proud alumnus, and inspiring voice for the future of medicine, Dr. Colleen Petrus. Thank you.
Oh, shucks. Everybody take a deep breath. All the graduates, collectively. Deans, members of faculty and administration, distinguished guests, families, friends, and most importantly, the graduating classes of 2026. I want to thank you for the extraordinary honor of being with you today. Because 18 years ago, I was sitting where you're sitting. It feels like yesterday, and I don't remember who was speaking, but I do remember how I felt. So I can relate to where you all feel with this milestone today. I want to begin with a question, and this question you've been asked many times before. Why? Why do you want to be a physician, a veterinarian? You've been asked this question for interviews, for medical school, veterinary school, residencies, positions in research. It's very important that you understand what your why is. The question I put forward to you today has a lot of weight, right? A lot of expectation. You probably remember what it felt, and you had some random answer. But from this day forward, your answer won't belong to anyone else. You don't have to explain it. You don't have to defend it. You don't have to prove it. But I encourage you to be clear on what it is for yourself. Because over time, it becomes really important and an answer that you'll return to on many occasions. When the work becomes difficult, when the path becomes uncertain, and when the version of your career begins to evolve, because it will. Now, as you heard, I'm an MUA graduate. Before going to medical school, I completed both graduate, undergraduate degrees here in the Northeast. Prior to taking some time off, I taught ski school in Colorado. I worked in emergency medicine for a number of years. During this time, I was surrounded by friends who went on to a number of different clinical paths. Not only MDs, but NDs, DOs, DVMs, DMDs, CRNAs, PAs, PharmDs, you name it. And they were all from all over the world. They trained in and out of the US, some of whom made pretty drastic career changes in the middle of their journey. And I tell you this because I can speak to each of you today. Doesn't matter where you're from, doesn't matter your degree. I can speak to what you're going through. And for the moment, I want each of you to recognize the extraordinary position you're in today. Not just being a graduate, but think about where you've been. Think about all the hard work that you put into everything that got you here today. But beyond your degree and the letters that now follow your name after today, you have developed something extremely hard to measure. Each of you has learned how to carry responsibility in a very unpredictable circumstance. You've learned how to make decisions with incomplete information. You have learned how to adapt and to find creative solutions to problems outside of your control. You have learned how to keep showing up, even when you're exhausted and you're uncertain of the results. For many of you, that journey has required extraordinary courage. As international medical and veterinary graduates, many of you have made sacrifices that others will never, ever, ever understand. You left home. You stepped into unfamiliar cultures and systems. You learned not only medicine, but how to navigate a new environment, a new set of expectations. And you had faith that your education, your work ethic, and this process would give you the opportunity to earn a place in the profession you chose. And now, as you move forward beyond today, whether it's research, residency, practice, industry, it doesn't matter. You'll be tested again, over and over and over again. You may wonder whether one match, one program, one opportunity, one rejection, or one unexpected detour will determine the entire trajectory of your career. That concern is understandable, but it will not. Your path will be shaped by far more than any single moment. In my third year of medical school, I held a beating heart in my hands for the very first time. I remember by yesterday, as if it was yesterday, the strength and the vulnerability that heart held. And that moment stayed with me, still to this day, almost 2 decades later. It helped me understand that I was drawn to work that required preparation, focus, dedication, judgment, staying calm under pressure. Every one of you will have a moment just like that, to some degree. Your profession that you're entering needs what you have already proven to some extent, and you need to remember that. Resilience, discipline, adaptability, and the courage to keep moving forward when the outcome is not guaranteed. Flash forward from my third year of medical school, 5 years of general surgery training, 2 years of cardiothoracic training, 3 years of fellowships, and advanced cardiovascular, heart and lung transplantation, and mechanical circulatory support. And there was never a moment that stood out quite like that again, until I was alone with my team at 2 a.m., a now struggling heart in my hands, and no options to save it. Now that's a fear that many won't know or ever understand. And I'll tell you this, it's a worthless exercise to succumb to such an emotion. And yet, pushed to your limits of stress and exhaustion, you will never ever know what you're capable of. Now, I had to dig pretty deep, I'm not gonna lie. In a lot of ways, what was buried really deep within my character took over. And for these skills, I owe to the foundation from which each of you now sit. When you have few options, but want something so badly, when you have walked the end of your social and your financial ropes, and you've taxed your reputation, and you've survived it, you already have what it takes. Now, whether you feel it right now or not, each of you is making this journey alone. It's preparation for you to make big decisions that will now have real consequences for real patients, whether human or animal. These decisions will have reverberations across families, friends, communities. It's a huge responsibility. Now, I've been fortunate to have a career that's challenged me, it's humbled me, it's given me tremendous purpose. I have no regrets about the sacrifice, but over time, my definition of responsibility changed. Medicine, I came to see, it's not built only on what you know. It's built on whether people can trust you with what you know. Now, you're beginning your careers at a time when medicine is changing far faster than any point in modern history. Artificial intelligence is no longer theoretical. It's here, and it's powerful. It will make parts of medicine faster, more efficient, and in some ways more precise. An algorithm, it's true, can process information, but it can't hold a hand. It can't reassure a worried client. It can't comfort a grieving family or sense what fear looks like in a room. I encourage you to use AI. Learn it, question it. It's not going away, but never, ever surrender your judgment to it. Patients and clients have access to more information than ever before. Some valid, some inaccurate, frankly, some dangerous, and much of it is quite difficult to interpret. Your role will not simply be to know more than the person sitting across from you. Those days are long gone. You have to accept that. Your role will be to help them understand the difference between what is reliable and what is not. People do not expect perfection, and they will not expect you to know everything. But they do expect you to be honest and to be accountable. Your voice will carry far beyond the exam room. Trust me. Social media as well is real, but use it with care. I urge you to use it with care. Thoughtful communication can clarify confusion, restore trust, and help people make sense of a world that's overflowing with information. Now, over time, your voice will change because you will change. As you move through your career, give yourself permission to evolve. A meaningful career is not always a straight line. The reason you began this journey may not look the same in 10, 20, 30 years from now, but that doesn't mean you've lost your purpose. Do not mistake flexibility for weakness or a new direction for a lesser one. Medicine, veterinary medicine, will ask a great deal of you. Commitment to your patients, however, does not require you to abandon yourself. In fact, your ability to serve others with clarity, compassion, judgment, It depends in part on your ability to remain whole. You need to protect your health, your relationships, your curiosity, and your peace. Build a life that allows you not only to succeed in your profession, but to keep loving the reasons you chose it. And finally, you will not have control over everything. Sometimes your best will not provide you with the outcome you desire, and then other times, a miracle will appear when you had no reason to expect one. How you present yourself when each of these moments occurs will say everything there is to say about you. You're not always going to like what you hear. You're not always going to like what you see. I promise you, you'll be better for it if you spend more time listening. My why got me through that case at 2 a.m. The ability to remain calm, focused, confident in my abilities, my education, and my experience. It may have been part of it. But the truth is, I knew my place in the OR that day and every day was to be a part of that patient's journey, to do my absolute best, and to accept that their outcome was inevitable, good or bad. Thankfully, he survived, and I still think of him every single day because he is part of my why. Medicine, no matter what your field, is an incredible profession. You can tell my passion. Now it's changing, that's true, but your place in it will make a difference. Be proud, always, with what you learned, what you earned, but please stay humble. Today you are, and 10, 20 years ago, I want to make sure that you still are. Stay humble. Trust your training, your experience, and the judgment you built through every difficult moment that brought you guys right here. And when you reach the end of what you know, have the wisdom to recognize it, the courage to ask for help, and the humility to keep learning. These are the qualities that mark a physician, a veterinarian, who understands the weight of the work, the privilege of the profession, and the trust that's being now placed in your hands. Congratulations to the class of 2026.
Well, I just got to thank you, Dr. Pietrus. That was awesome. We will now move on to our student addresses. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Heidi Eichenberger, our Assistant Dean of Clinical Medicine.
It is an honor, a genuine honor, to introduce Dr. Andrea Webb, our 2026 commencement speaker. She has excelled in her endeavors at SEBA, during which I had the privilege to get to know her as her advising dean during her clinical years. She has brought a wealth of knowledge, experience, and commitment to her studies in medicine. She has excelled in her academic and her personal life during medical school, navigating her clinical years with thoughtfulness, grace, intelligence, humility, and enviable positivity. We are all proud to have her as a graduate of SEBA University School of Medicine. I wish her the very best in what will be her continued professional success as she heads into a psychiatry residency. Where is she?
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Dr. Eichenberger, for such a lovely introduction. Good afternoon, graduates and families, representatives from MUA, SEBA, and St. Matthews. I am truly grateful for the opportunity to speak here today. I am so honored to be part of this 2026 graduating class, in particular because we are Caribbean Medical School graduates. The words I have most often heard used to describe us are hardworking, persistent, and resilient. These words are certainly accurate, since the Caribbean Medical School experience is characterized by unrelentingly rigorous academics, as well as frequent relocations, and success is far from guaranteed. It is precisely because of the uncertainty of ultimate reward in the face of considerable risk that some new words must be added to the list of those commonly used to describe us. Intrepid, confident, bold. With the unshakable conviction that we have what it takes to be doctors, we dared to bet on ourselves, and boy, did that bet pay off. With well-deserved pride and satisfaction, will everyone please thunderously celebrate the incredible achievement of our graduates. Of course, in addition to reflecting upon the qualities that enabled us to earn the title of MD, today is also a day for us to think ahead to the qualities we will need in our careers as doctors. As a framework to consider them, I'd like to use the caduceus, the iconic winged staff encircled by two serpents, which serves as America's symbol of the field of medicine. With its solid base in firm contact with the ground, the staff represents the practicality and dedication we will need to establish and grow a successful practice. But with its tip reaching skyward, it also represents the curiosity we will need to stay abreast of advancements in our chosen specialties, as well as the talent, ingenuity, and vision to contribute to those advancements ourselves. The serpents, emblems of life, remind us of our responsibility to respect and cherish human life. Let the first serpent call to mind our duty to our patients. May it represent the kindness, empathy, and understanding we will need to treat them with the humanity they deserve, no matter how busy or tired we may be. Let its twin draw attention to our duty to ourselves. May it represent the humility and accountability, but also the self-compassion we will need when we make a mistake or disappoint ourselves in the course of the inevitable challenges and frustrations of a career in medicine. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, the wings. Fellow graduates, I know I am not alone in the belief that there is no way we would have reached this day without the teachers, mentors, friends, and family who inspired us to undertake this journey, cheered us on in its victories, and held us fast when we feared its difficulties might be too great. To all of you, we say, you are the wings. Whenever we look at the caduceus, we will see that its wings represent the love and deep, deep gratitude we will forever have for you. Graduates, now it is our turn to thunderously celebrate everyone who lifted us to where we sit this day. Let me leave you with this parting thought as we embark on our new lives as doctors. The most powerful thing we can do to honor all of the supporters who walked with us on our journey is pay it forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Webb. Now please join me in welcoming Dr. Elizabeth Carey, our Assistant Dean of Clinical Medicine at Medical University of the Americas, who's going to introduce our next speaker.
Welcome, everybody. Today it's my honor to introduce our MUA student speaker, Dr. Danielle Moorer. Danielle is a native of the Bronx, New York, where she also matched for residency at Jacobi North Central Hospital. While in basic sciences, a student on Nevis, Danielle became involved with the American Medical Women's Association. During her time there, she served and organized several events, including International Women's Day, appreciation notes for professors, and a fundraiser for a local cancer organization. After leaving the island, Danielle continued her participation with AMWA through their Sex and Gender Health Collaborative, where she's contributing to an ongoing fact sheet project. Danielle exemplifies the ideal medical student. During her clinical years, she was professional and eager to learn. Her attendings were consistently impressed with her strong knowledge base, dedication to patient care, and her genuine passion for learning. They noted that she approached every patient encounter with a blend of empathy and curiosity. Additionally, she demonstrated outstanding interpersonal skills with patients, their families, and staff members. Congratulations, Danielle. We are very excited to see what you accomplish next, and more amazing to see the next phase of your career.
Good afternoon, faculty, friends, family, and my fellow graduates. It is an honor to have the opportunity to speak in front of you all today. I don't know about the rest of you, but I can hardly recognize myself today as being the same person who decided to embark on a new career by moving, in the middle of a pandemic, to an island so small that when I tell people I was studying on Nevis, I'd always have to follow that with, you know, where Hamilton is from. When people ask me, what's it like to go to medical school on Nevis, I never quite know what to say. I could talk about the amazing view from the balcony of the upstairs classroom, or the study sessions on the beach, or how if you went outside at just the right moment after a rain shower, you were almost guaranteed to see a rainbow over Nevis Peak. On the other hand, I could also talk about the donkeys that would bray outside my apartment all day and night, or that one time a lizard climbed into my morning coffee. True story. All in all, Nevis is one of the most beautiful places I've had the privilege of visiting, and in my opinion, served as the perfect backdrop for the start of this wonderful journey. One of my favorite stories to tell about my time in medical school occurred during my very first semester on the island. We were waiting outside the testing center to be let in for a block exam, and I was telling some of my classmates about one portion of the material that I didn't feel too confident about. Out of nowhere, a piece of paper materialized in front of my face with perfectly neat handwritten notes detailing the material I just mentioned. A girl from my class who had been sitting across from me overheard what I'd said and gave me her notes to review before going in for the exam. I had never spoken to her before. I'm not even sure I knew her name at the time, yet she saw it in herself to help me do my best on the exam just for the sake of being kind. Sure enough, those notes did help me answer a few questions that I wouldn't have gotten without her help. Today, that same person who selflessly shared her notes with me is one of my closest friends, and we speak almost every day. That is the type of environment that we surrounded ourselves with every day, one filled with kindness and community, where we did whatever we could to lift one another up in any way possible. We celebrated each other's triumphs and provided support for one another through our setbacks. Years from now, when we are scattered across different hospitals, specialties, and even different countries, those connections will remain. Before we close this chapter and move on to the next, it is important to acknowledge the individuals who helped us along the way. It takes a village to raise a med student, and I think we all owe a very big thank you to our respective villages for everything they have done for us these last few years. My own village has done everything from providing financial support to holding up the phone every night so that I could video chat with my dog, and even dropping everything to drive me to a prometric center over an hour away when I got my dates mixed up and almost missed a shelf exam. In exchange for their unwavering support, I now get the privilege of being paraded around as, "This is my relative, she's a doctor." I consider it a small price to pay compared to everything they have given me in return. I also want to extend a special thank you to the MUA staff members who guided me through this process. I know that I alone have probably sent 500 emails to Deanna and 5,000 emails to Dr. Carey, and I can't even count how many times I'd catch Dr. Mankoff strolling across campus and flag him down with a very urgent, "Dr. Mankoff, I need help with something." I admire the endless reserve of patience that they all seem to possess, because I'm sure managing a bunch of anxious medical students is no easy feat. No matter what I needed, they all provided a steadying hand and reassured me that everything would work out in the end. And here I am, standing before you today as proof that they were right. After many, many detours, pit stops, dead ends, and reroutes, we have finally reached the finish line of the marathon that is medical school. No matter where we all end up after today, we should all remember that we are amazing and brilliant, and we can do absolutely anything that we set our minds to. We have survived the island, comp, step 1, step 2, and the match. Nothing is impossible for any of us as long as we are willing to put in the work to achieve it. Congratulations to us, class of 2026.
Thank you, Dr. Moore. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Maurice Clifton, our Chief Academic Officer, to introduce our final medical student speech.
It is my great pleasure and honor to introduce this year's St. Matthew's University School of Medicine's student commencement speaker, Dr. Allison O'Keefe. Allison hails from St. John's, Newfoundland, Canada. Prior to attending St. Matthew's University School of Medicine, Allison forged her path toward medicine by obtaining a Bachelor of Science degree from the Memorial University of Newfoundland with a major in behavioral neuroscience and a minor in biochemistry. She subsequently received a Bachelor of Nursing degree, also at the Memorial University of Newfoundland. From 2011 to 2013, Allison worked full-time as a registered nurse in psychiatry at the Waterford Hospital in St. John's, Newfoundland, in the Mental Health and Addictions program. From 2014 to 2020, she worked as a registered nurse in general surgery, trauma, burns, and plastic surgery at the Health Science Center in St. John's, Newfoundland's largest hospital and primary trauma center. For 3 months in 2019, she functioned as a primary offshore medic on the Ramford Atlas seismic vessel, responsible for the management and operation of the vessel hospital. From 2020 to 2021, she worked as a registered nurse in the emergency department at Health Science Center. Allison brought 10 years of professional nursing experience to St. Matthew's when she arrived on Grand Cayman Island. She did not waste any time making her mark and distinguished herself throughout her 4 years of medical school. She received the Academic Achievement Award in Basic Sciences over the first 2 years, recognizing the highest grade point average in her class, while also functioning as a tutor. She continued to excel throughout her clinical clerkships, receiving honors in just about every clerkship. She graduates at the head of her class as valedictorian, receiving the highest clinical medicine award. The result of all her hard work, sacrifice, and determination, Dr. Allison O'Keefe will be doing her residency training in emergency medicine at Stony Brook Teaching Hospital in Stony Brook, New York. Please join me in welcoming this year's 2026 student commencement speaker, Dr. Allison O'Keefe.
Thank you, Dr. Clifton. Faculty, proud families, and honored guests, welcome. It is an honor to stand here today. To my fellow graduates, congratulations, doctors. We are legally allowed to call ourselves that now. Still feels surreal, doesn't it? You should all be very proud of your accomplishments. It wasn't easy getting here. It required a lot of dedication, sacrifice, and perseverance. We survived the never-ending study marathons, Anki cards, and UWorld questions. We experienced that special kind of exhaustion that no amount of coffee could fix. We spent countless hours in hospitals and libraries, likely questioning our own sanity. We have learned things most people will never need to know, like how to pronounce words like dysdiadochokinesia, and the fact that potassium will absolutely ruin your day if you disrespect it. But more importantly, we learned resilience. Because medicine isn't about memorizing pathways. It's about becoming someone your patients can trust during their most vulnerable moments. But none of us got here alone. Along this journey, we were carried by people who believed in us long before we believed in ourselves. To our families and friends, thank you for the support. Thank you for pretending to understand the stress of step exams and for loving us even when we canceled plans again. Thank you for supporting us as we chased a dream that took us away from birthdays, holidays, and special events. To my own parents, I would not be standing up here today if it wasn't for your unwavering support. I love and appreciate you more than you could know. To our professors and mentors, thank you for your patience, your wisdom, and your commitment to shaping us into competent and compassionate physicians. You didn't just teach us medicine, you taught us to care. My fellow classmates, we did it. We accomplished our dreams of becoming doctors. But if medical school has taught me anything, it's that you never know all the answers. So let's promise each other something. Let's stay humble. Remember what it felt like to be overwhelmed and unsure. Let's do our best to foster a positive learning and working environment for others. Let's stay compassionate. Behind every lab value is a person, behind every diagnosis is a family, and behind every non-compliant patient is a story that we don't fully understand. And let's stay curious, never stop learning. Medicine will evolve, guidelines will change, but our willingness to learn and adapt must remain constant. As we move into residency and beyond, we will face new challenges. There will be many long nights and sleep-deprived days. You will feel overwhelmed and likely question your competence, but reflect on your mistakes and learn to grow from them. And please remember to take some time to care for yourselves. Make sure you have something meaningful in life outside of medicine. Cherish the people and passions you have that remind you of who you are when you're not wearing that white coat. This job will ask everything of you, but will also give back in ways you can never imagine. Class of 2026, today is a major milestone for all of us. We came here as students, we leave as physicians. Today, we celebrate our achievement of becoming doctors. Still feels weird to say out loud, doesn't it? But that transition, that word, carries enormous weight. It embodies a sense of trust and integrity. We have been bestowed the privilege of caring for other people. This is not a responsibility that we can take lightly. So carry that responsibility with the full understanding that on someone's worst day, you will be the one that they call. In the words of the great Maya Angelou, people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. So let's strive to be that doctor who stays calm in the chaos, the kind of doctor that really listens to and advocates for our patients. Strive to be the best doctor you can be. We have worked too hard and come too far to be anything less than extraordinary. So go out there and be extraordinary. Not for the title, not for the prestige, but for every patient who will one day look at you and say, I trust you with my life. Honor that trust every single day. So congratulations again to each of you. We earned this. Now let's go save some lives.
Thank you, Dr. O'Keefe. We are almost ready to acknowledge our Doctor of Medicine graduates from Saba University School of Medicine. Dr. Maurice Clifton and Dr. Rachel Robson, will you please join me at the podium to call upon our Saba University School of Medicine graduates.
Dr. Andrea Michelle Webb. Dr. Malcolm Wayne Hinton, Jr. Dr. Janelle Patrice McFarland. Dr. Ugochi Chinonwe Nwanguma. Dr. Somto Chukwu Ashley Anyanwu. Dr. Maxine Ohenewa Amari. Dr. Merve Mundembo Shita. Dr. Jacob Tompkins. Dr. Taylor Wheatley. Dr. Christian Leonard Vitug. Dr. Muhammad Ali Sheikh. Dr. Muhammad Ali Sheikh is the recipient of the Clinical Dean's Award and the Basic Science Award. Dr. Kevin Jonathan Luna. Dr. Eli Abu Rizik. Dr. Moen Mabini. Dr. Ahmad Zahir Al-Jawar. Dr. Omar Muhammad Yusuf Shahud. Dr. Melvin Madvan. Dr. Mirza Tanovic. Dr. Carolyn Barsam. Dr. Natasha Brian Derudrian. Dr. Derudrian is the recipient of the Clinical Dean's Award. Dr. Lauren Riley Norden. Dr. David Mandel. Dr. David Mandel is a recipient of the Clinical Dean's Award. Dr. Kevin James Tamucci. Dr. Kelsey Bogdan. Dr. Chantal Kurtzinger. Dr. Daniel Lewis. Dr. Amna Zahir Al-Jawar. Dr. Haley Desai. Dr. Tanjat Kaur. Dr. Stephanie Anash. Dr. Geronimo Guzman. Dr. Zachary Jacob Franklin. Dr. Christopher Howard Dias Jr. Dr. Trey Worrell Shannon. Dr. Worrell Shannon is a recipient of the Clinical Dean's Award. Dr. Lorella Jungshi. Dr. Devanshi Pandya. Dr. Ayushi Shah. Dr. Aaron Mark Miley. Dr. Asma Saad Almadaji. Dr. Jasmine Kargil. Dr. Alima Say. Dr. Rawan A. Abdallah. Dr. Aditya Sharma. Dr. Sharanan Raghunathan. Dr. Sangeeta Athare. Dr. Luisa da Costa Mendez. Dr. Joelle Rose Donato. Dr. Susan Vargas. Dr. Natalia Mesa Rodriguez. Dr. Matthew Bradley Stearns.
Thank you, Dr. Robson and Dr. Clifton. Now I'd like to welcome Dr. Brenda Roman to the podium to call upon our graduates from the Medical University of the Americas, and the students will be hooded by Dr. Elizabeth Carey.
Dr. Danielle Moorer. She also received the Clinical Dean's Award. Congratulations. Philip Ristowski. Dr. Philip Ristowski. Dr. Kelsey Elizabeth Rushlow. Dr. Shabab Ali. Dr. Julian Niamal Jandasa. He also received the Clinical Dean's Award and the MUA Service and Leadership Award. Dr. Melissa Ashley Elizabeth Morrison. Dr. Kyle Michael DuPont. Dr. Nadir Awab Swala. Dr. Muhammad Abdul Sadr. Dr. Yasmin Juan. Dr. Jazrina Kashal. Dr. Clements Chalomba Gandu. Dr. Bruno Tochukwu Anuwansu. Dr. Kendra Lorraine Robinson. Dr. Awab Ibrahim. Dr. Fikru Tesfa Hapti. Congratulations to all of the MUA graduates. We love you.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Dr. Ruman. I will now call upon our graduates from St. Matthew's School of Medicine. I'm also going to ask Dr. Admitbud Basu to move to the stage to hood the SMU graduates. Dr. Allison Ashley O'Keefe. She's also the recipient of the Clinical Dean's Award. Dr. Laura Heppel. Dr. Shari Noyen. Dr. Roberto Mores. Dr. Michael Jesus Martinez. Dr. Scott Gregory Gillespie. Dr. Gillespie is also the recipient of the Clinical Dean's Award. Dr. Jasmine Kerr Bar and Baby. Dr. Alexandra Mackenzie Cromer. Dr. Cromer is also the recipient of the Clinical Dean's Award. Dr. Mary Uyama Uganwu. Let me repeat it one more time. Mary Ulama Igalwu. Thank you, everyone. Please join me again in thanking all of our new medical school graduates. I now invite Dr. Michael Garcia to lead our medical school graduates in reciting the Declaration of Geneva, the World Medical Association's Physician's Oath. The Declaration of Geneva of the World Medical Association was adopted in 1948 and amended in 1996 and 1983. Dr. Garcia?
Congratulations, everybody. But graduates, please stand and repeat after me. All right, here we go. As a member of the medical profession, I solemnly pledge myself to consecrate my life to the service of humanity. I will give my teachers the respect and gratitude which is their due. I will practice my profession with conscience and dignity. The health of my patient will be my first consideration. I will respect the secrets which are confided in me even after the patient has died. I will maintain, by all the means in my power, the honor and the noble traditions of the medical profession. My colleagues will be my brothers and sisters. I will not permit considerations of religion, nationality, race, party politics, or social standing to intervene between my duty and my patient. I will maintain the utmost respect for human life from its beginning, even under threat, and I will not use my medical knowledge contrary to the laws of humanity. I make these promises solemnly, freely, and upon my honor.
It is now time to recognize our graduates from St. Matthew's School of Veterinary Medicine. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Brendan Lee, the Executive Dean of St. Matthew's School of Veterinary Medicine, to the podium.
Thank you, Linda. It is my pleasure to introduce today's veterinary class of 2026's speaker, Dr. Brenda Mulrooney. Brenda began her journey at St. Matthew's University School of Veterinary Medicine in the fall of 2022, where she quickly became an active and valued member of the student community. In 2023, she joined the student government as a SAVMA, which is the student chapter of the American Veterinary Medical Association, as their historian, demonstrating her commitment to preserving and celebrating student life. Building on that dedication, she went on to serve as SAVMA president in 2024, where she provided strong leadership, advocated for her fellow students, and helped foster a supportive and engaged campus environment. After a time on the island, Brenda continued her veterinary education by completing her clinical year at the University of Missouri, where she further developed her clinical skills and professional interests. Since finishing her clinical training, she has taken the next step in a professional journey and is now working as an associate veterinarian at a small animal clinic in the East Coast of Canada, where she is dedicated to providing compassionate, high-quality care to her patients and their families. Her journey reflects both perseverance and a genuine passion for veterinary medicine, and she remains a wonderful example of the impact that SMU graduates can make in their professions. Please join me in warmly welcoming Dr. Brenda Mulrooney.
Oh my. Thank you, Dr. Lee, for that introduction. Good afternoon to our esteemed professors, proud families, friends, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2026. Today is a day that we have been working toward for years. And if you're anything like me, there were definitely moments where you wondered if we would ever actually make it here. And here we are. We have made it, but most importantly, we have earned it. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Brenda Mulrooney, and I had the privilege of getting to know many of the graduates during my time in Grand Cayman, especially while serving as SAVMA president. And if any of you are thinking, oh my God, she's talking again, I know, this is my last time, I promise. Before I speak to my classmates, I do want to recognize the people sitting behind us today, our families, friends, partners, and support systems. Vet school is not something you do alone, even when it feels isolating at 2 a.m., staring at notes that no longer make sense. There are always people reminding you to keep going. Whether it's a phone call home, words of encouragement, or simply someone just believing in you when you don't quite believe in yourself, your support has carried us here. While we may be the ones walking across this stage today and earning the title of DVM, it all belongs to you as well. So on behalf of our class of 2026, thank you for being our constant support and our biggest cheerleaders. We could not have done it without you. And now to my fellow graduates. I want you to think back to those first semesters, the awkward icebreakers in LH3, the endless anatomy terms that we couldn't and probably still can't pronounce, the parasite life cycles most of us have already forgotten, probably Dr. Lee and Dr. Shields and Dr. Dickinson included. And the moments we realized that vet school was very, very real. Somewhere between late night study sessions, small animal medicine classes, clinics, and surviving on caffeine and pure determination, we became not only classmates, but lifelong friends and colleagues. At the time, many of us thought that success meant memorizing every fact perfectly just to nail it on an exam. But veterinary medicine will quickly teach us, or has already taught some of us, something much more important. There is no such thing as perfect. Real life does not look like a textbook or a multiple choice exam. Patients don't always follow the rules, diseases don't always present the way they should, and sometimes you're handed the leash of a 150-pound reactive dog only after the owner says, by the way, he doesn't like strangers. What matters most is not knowing everything, because none of us ever will, but showing up with compassion, curiosity, and the willingness to keep learning. Today is more than earning a doctorate. It's stepping into a profession where people trust us with members of their families, often during some of the hardest moments of their lives. That responsibility is both humbling and incredibly meaningful. This career will bring amazing highs, the moments where your diagnosis is right, your treatment works, and a patient gets to go home feeling better because of something you did. But it will also bring difficult days, heartbreak, and moments of uncertainty. And through it all, remember that your empathy is not a weakness. It is one of the greatest strengths that you can bring to our profession. As you move forward, be patient with yourselves, ask questions, lean on your colleagues, find mentors who challenge you and support you, and when the difficult days come, because trust me, they will, come back to your why. Whether this has been your dream since childhood, a family legacy, or simply a path that gave you purpose, hold on to it. At the end of the day, we are more than clinicians. We are advocates for those who cannot speak, a source of comfort during uncertainty, and people who can make someone's hardest day just a little bit more bearable. And that is an incredible privilege. So class of 2026, be proud of how far we have come, be confident in what you have learned, and stay open to everything that you still have left to learn. But most importantly, continue to be kind. Be kind to your patients, your clients, your colleagues, and yourselves, because the kind of veterinarian that you will become will be defined not only by your knowledge, but by the person that you are. Congratulations, doctors, we did it.
Thank you, Dr. Lee and Dr. Maloney. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Charles Dickinson to the podium to call upon our graduates from St. Matthew's School of Veterinary Medicine. We're going to ask Dr. Samantha Shields to hood and Dr. Lee to shake hands.
Brenda Marie Mulrooney. Zachary Peter James Johnson, winner of the Stingray Award. Juliet Alicia Meja. Stephanie Alexis Booth. Athena Patel. Daniel Mikulski. Summer Michelle Fold. Aishwarya Gunishka Karen. Magali Jadhav. Malit Zvapetjuna. Pena. Excuse me, Melitza Pena. Melitza Pena. Aaron Findley. Zachary Carnett. Donald William Wolf III. Anthony Liu. Zachary Ryan Dunbar. Brandon Powell. Mandy Land. Allison Diaz. Haley Lauren Hawkins. Whitney Cameron Schramm. Bethany Ann Ferguson. Diagnostic Imaging Award. Alexis Johnson. Elizabeth Canalakes. Melanie Ada De Leon. Nora O'Keely. Roberta Maria Testori. Kayla Johnson. Natalie Sarazian. Cody James Marlin. Trevor Allen McCabe. Calvin Lee. Clifford Alwyn Innes.
Let's give all of our graduates a big hand. I would now like to invite Dr. Shields to lead our veterinary school graduates in the recitation of the veterinary oath.
Thank you. Congratulations again. Graduates, please stand and repeat after me. Being admitted to the profession of veterinary medicine, I solemnly swear to use my scientific knowledge and skills for the benefit of society through protection of animal health and welfare, the prevention and relief of animal suffering, the conservation of animal resources, the promotion of public health, and the advancement of medical knowledge. I will practice my profession conscientiously, with dignity and in keeping with the principles of veterinary medical ethics. I accept as a lifelong obligation the continual improvement of my professional knowledge and competency. Thank you. Congrats.
I would now like to invite our CEO of GUS North America, Cindy McLeod, back to the podium to share closing remarks.
So let me say, you all looked incredible up here, just incredible. And a very beautiful ceremony, so thank you to the organizing committee. So graduates, this chapter of your academic journey has officially come to a close. But before we adjourn, let's reflect on why this ceremony is called commencement. A commencement isn't an end, it's a beginning. And today marks the start of a new journey, one filled with promise, challenge, and purpose. Ahead of you lies a future shaped by your passion, your knowledge, and your unwavering commitment to making a difference. You carry with you not only your degree, but the support of every person who has stood beside you, your professors, your classmates, your friends, and your families. And we are all cheering you on, and we're all so very proud of being part of your story. Perhaps now more than ever, our world needs doctors. And as you begin your professional journeys, remember the profound significance of your chosen paths. Becoming a doctor of medicine or a doctor of veterinary medicine is not merely a career choice, it's a calling that demands dedication, compassion, and unwavering commitment to the well-being of others. You have been equipped with the knowledge and expertise to diagnose, treat, and heal, but your impact will extend far beyond the walls of clinics and hospitals. Every patient you encounter, whether human or an animal, carries a unique story and places their trust in your hands. Your ability to alleviate suffering, restore health, and offer hope is a powerful gift. The ripple effect of your care will touch families, communities, and societies at large. In moments of vulnerability, you will be the source of strength and comfort. In times of crisis, you will be the guiding light that leads the way to recovery. Your roles as doctors of medicine and doctors of veterinary medicine extends beyond the individual patients you serve. You have the power to influence public health, advocate for policy changes, and promote preventative care. Your voices can shape the future of healthcare, addressing disparities and ensuring that the quality of care is accessible to all. Through your leadership, you will inspire the next generation of medical professionals, creating a legacy that transcends your own practice. You'll also step into a powerful global community of alumni. You are surrounded by leaders and changemakers who are redefining healthcare and healing communities near and far. They're researchers, clinicians, educators, advocates, and innovators working across borders and specialities, all united by a shared mission to improve lives. These graduates have paved the way ahead of you, and many stand ready to offer guidance, mentorship, and support as you chart your own course. They know the challenges you'll face because they've faced them too, and they know how meaningful it is to have someone in your corner. So stay connected, not just for your benefit, but for the benefit of the next students who follow in your footsteps. And as you grow in your own career, you'll have the opportunity to reach back and help someone else take those first steps. This is how we strengthen the profession of healthcare and how we keep our values alive. We lift each other up, we share knowledge, and we open doors for those coming behind us. So no matter how far you go, where you go, you'll always be a part of this community, and this community will always be here for you. So today, on behalf of Global University Systems, our med and vet schools, I want to extend sincere gratitude to the faculty, our staff, our volunteers who have worked with care and dedication to make this ceremony such a beautiful success today. And to the family members and friends who traveled here to celebrate, we thank you. Your encouragement, your belief in these graduates, and your love have carried them to this moment. Thank you for entrusting us with their education. It's a responsibility we've held with great respect. So before we part ways, just a small housekeeping note. We kindly ask you that you remain seated until the platform party and graduates have exited the auditorium. The platform party will recess first, followed by our graduates. And thank you once again, and congratulations to the class of 2026. We couldn't be more proud of you today.